If your dog is, really biting your fingers when you're trying to give them treats, here's a few things that you can do. The first thing I do is I teach them that a closed hand means no food. Make a fist, they might bite your hands. So when you do this, it's very important that you hold your fist tightly. So that way, if they do go ahead and start to chew at your hand, you can get less skin. Most will try a little bit and then they stop and they're like, I don't understand. When they do stop and pull their nose away, you can say yes and open your hand and let them take the food. He already knows this, so as soon as I close my hand, he's like, ah, okay, no food. If you do have a dog and they end up really biting and tearing at your skin and it's painful, I really recommend using a leash. If they bite your hand and it hurts, you're gonna say no and give them a correction with that leash. It's not tolerated. You're not to bite me. And then when they stop, and then they pause, they settle themselves down, you can say yes and open your hand. After you say yes, then open your hand. Don't yes and open at the same time, because it creates the dog, it creates more anticipation in the dog, and they're ready to take the food at any moment, any movement that you make. But if you say yes, and then open your hand with a nice brief pause in between, then they're like, okay, all I need to do is wait for that word, and then I can put my attention back towards the hand, because then it will open. Okay, so after we have the understanding of closed hand means to leave my hand alone, yes, then we can do the next step. So a lot of times puppy finger biters are having food delivered to them, like this, where you pinch the food and they take the food here, and they learn quickly that they can start biting the fingertips, and it can create bad habits, okay? And it can be painful. We do a little bit different delivery system, and it's more inside the hand. The dog learns to lick at the food and be more calm with the food, and you can deliver it that way. If it gets to the point where they're trying and then they go to biting, all you have to do is close your hand. And then they stop. Yes, reward, okay? Oftentimes when I'm doing that and we're working in high drive, the dog is really pushing and they get excited and they start to use their teeth. And they back off, good. And then I can open my hand and they can try again. And as long as they're good, then I can give that reward. You always have the ability to just close your hand and they're like, oh yeah, yes, reward. How am I holding this in my hand? Let's take a look with drool. There's a couple of different ways that you can do it. You can put it in between the fingers and brace with your thumb, all right? And then all you have to do is cover it, and then the dog can no longer access the treat. You can also put it between your thumb and forefinger, and then it's also easy to make a fist and to hold that treat, so that way they can't get it, okay? Another way that you can do it is bracing it between your thumb and your palm, or your upper palm, I guess. But even then, it's still easy to cover and to make a fist. And that should help teach your puppy not to bite your hand so much. Good luck and happy training. So he's done some tricks and shaping, so he's trying to figure this out. So he's gonna do a handstand.